sing unto Yahweh, let all the earth call, bless his name and show forth his salvation from day to day. Declare his glory amongst the...
Subscribe and check out our playlist and our videos on our channel, as well as our shorts. We go into a deep dive into things, and a lot of you guys are not watching the whole entire videos. I don't know if it's because you don't understand, and if that's the case, let me know in the comments, or if it's just because you don't agree with it. And even if you don't agree with it, still let me know in the comments what you don't agree with and why, etc. But subscribe to the channel, check out our videos. We'll be having more videos uploaded. We have a bunch of shorts uploaded as well that dives into the language. And then again, we have our playlist and textual criticisms, the shorts, the Shabbat teachings, and destroying Christ in the Old Testaments, false doctrines, our lessons, and our book readings. Okay, we read out different books. All right, so subscribe to the channel, make sure you share, and let's start correcting some of these erroneous doctrines that are in Israel. Okay, all right, so let's go into Micah 5 and 2. Micah 5, should I say. If you made it this far, you've already seen the video where I had pulled up on Priest Genesis and Hassad, and we discussed Micah 5 and 2, and they didn't know they were getting their butts kicked. But as you can see, I proved and showed how I kicked their butts on that. It never said that the Messiah would be born in Bethlehem. It just simply mentions the region, the tribe that of the lineage of David, okay, that King Hezekiah came from, and it was talking about King Hezekiah. Okay, now we are going to Shalom Israel's brother right here, and have some more Hebrew grammar for you guys. All right, and today we're going to talk about definite articles and conjunction Vaws. Okay, I'm going to read some more out of the classical biblical Hebrew grammar book. Okay, and like I said in the previous video, this helps me to remember things, and also to teach you guys a little bit that are interested in the grammar. Okay, and also just something to listen to while I'm at work, to remind me of certain things while I'm looking at verses and stuff. Definite article and conjunction verbs. This is chapter 5. Introduction. In English, a noun will either be definite or indefinite. Nouns are definite when they appear with a definite article, the, as in the student, the book, and the teacher. Nouns are indefinite when they appear either without the definite article or with the indefinite article a or an, right? So whenever you see an or a, is indefinite, as in a student, a book, or an instructor. In Hebrew, there is no indefinite article. Therefore, the word malak may be translated as either king or a king. For this reason, words occurring without the definite article should be considered indefinite unless otherwise indicated. There are 3 types of definite nouns in Hebrew. The most common definite nouns are those occurring with the Hebrew definite article. Proper nouns, Egypt, and nouns with passive pronouns, your book, are also considered to be definite. In this chapter, we will concentrate on nouns with the Hebrew definite article. In general, the Hebrew definite article functions much like the English definite article. Okay, so form of the Hebrew definite article. The Hebrew word for king, malak, or melik, a king, as it appears, the noun is indefinite. In Hebrew, a noun is made definite by prefixing the definite article, which consists of che plus a dagesh forte in the first consonant of the vowel, right? So when we come over here, an example of that would be Daniel 9 and 27, right? Wehigbir, right? Because the call stem verb of wehigbir is gabir, right? And you see right here it's H1396, gabar, right? Gamel, bet, resh. You see that right here. Gamel, bet, resh. But it has vowels, right? It has the yod as a vowel, and then it has a vowel indicator underneath the bet. It has right here the definite article hey right here with right here, right? And it has the conjunctive vowel. Thus, Akim becomes Hamelech, right? Hamelech. And you would see right here, um, right here, we have Umalek. If you were just to put the Che right here, instead it would be Hamelech, the king. When you can see how easy it is to identify the definite article in the following examples. And the examples they give is Nabi, it would be Hanabi. All right. Zakun, an elder would be Hazakun. Sus, a horse, would be Hasus, the horse. Uh, Safar, uh, Safer, a judge, would be Hasafer, the judge. Okay. So that is what would be a definite article. Okay, the che in front of the verb. Okay, the verb or the noun. Okay, now when it comes to conjunctive vowels, right, which we have right here in Umalek, which also means the king. Okay, it says the conjunctive vowel. In this vocabulary for this lesson, you are given the basic form of the conjugation, and, but, also, even. This word occurs more frequently than any other word in the Hebrew Bible. And see, they have it translated as the king, and it should be and the king. Occurs, let's see, more frequently than any other word in the Hebrew Bible, with over 50,000 occurrences. On average, therefore, the conjugate verb occurs about 2.5 times per verse. It is always prefixed to another word, and so never occurs independently. For example, and amen is written in Hebrew, weish, with the conjugate verb prefixed to ish, man. This this conjunction has four basic spelling possibilities, depending on the vocalization of the word to which it is prefixed. Before most consonants, the conjunction will appear as vav, the way it is spelled in the lexicon. It occurs this way about 50% of the time. Okay? There are two circumstances in which the conjunction will appear as a sharuk. That is right here. This is what is called a sharuk. Okay? It means the O. If it's on top, it's a sharek, and it means the O. So it would be womalek if it was on top, but it would be umalek, but it's on bottom. It would be omalek if it was on top, or womalek, and since it's on bottom, it's oo. It's making the oo sound. It's umalek. It is spelled with the sharek before the consonants bet, mem, or pay, right? And you see it right here. You see the mem before the consonant mem. This is sometimes referred to as the bump rule because the word bump contains the transliterated values of bet, mem, and pay. Note the following examples and observe the initial bagat kafat consonants. For example, the bet in the B in bet will lose the dagesh lane when the conjunction is prefixed webet, right? So what it's saying is that there's a dot in the middle of the B bet, but when it's prefixed with the conjugative verb, then it loses that dot, which is the dagesh lane. Okay, that's what it's saying. There's an exception. Let's see. The conjunction is also spelled as a sharuk or sharek before most consonants having a vocal schwa. There is an exception to this rule, and the conjunction vav is prefixed to a word that begins with the syllable yod. Then these two syllables contract to the to vav yod, as illustrated by the following example. Way Yehuda, right? So you have Yehuda, and then you have the conjugative vav, right? And it's way Yehuda. Right, so just wanted to bring you guys a little bit. I guess we'll go ahead and read a little bit more. Before a reduced in hataf vowel, the conjunction is spelled with the corresponding short vowel of the hataf vowel. For example, the Hebrew word dream, halom, and with the conjunction, it is wehalom, and a dream. The conjunction is spelled with a patak, which is this is a patak right here, right up under that resh. That's a patak. Patak vowel makes the I sound. With the patak because it is prefixed to a word beginning with the reduced vowel hatef patak, right? And what is a hatef patak? Let's see if we have a hatef patak in this verse. Actually, we don't. Let me see if we have one in this verse. Hatef patak. No, I don't see one. But hatef patak would be the two little dots right here underneath with one line. Okay, that's what it would be. Yeah, I don't see one in either verses. But yeah, that's what hatef patak would be. This is one important exception to the rule. When Elohim, God, occurs with the conjunction vav, it is spelled Welohim, and God. The conjunction vav may also be spelled with a kametz before monosyllabic words and certain words with the initial accent. Let us end our discussion with the conjunction vav with the final point of encouragement. In addition to this conjunction, there are only 6 words in the Hebrew Bible that begin with the consonant vav. 3 proper nouns, 2 common nouns, and 1 adjective. These 6 words occur only 18 total times in the Hebrew Bible. Therefore, when you see the consonant vav at the beginning of a Hebrew word, you should expect the conjunction over 99% of the time. In other words, regardless of the vowel occurring under the initial vav, you know that it is a Hebrew conjunction. So the summary, in general, the Hebrew definite article functions much like the English definite article. There is no indefinite article in Hebrew. 2. A noun is made definite by prefixing the definite article che, which consists of che plus a dagesh forte in the first consonant of the noun. The dagesh line of an initial bagafat consonant is replaced by a dagesh forte with the prefixing of the definite article. 4. Gutturals and resh reject the dagesh forte. Resh reject the dagesh forte of the definite article. A. Compensatory lengthening, which initial aleph, resh, and ayin. The rejection of the dagesh forte results in the lengthening of the patak short a to a kametz changeable long a. So B. Virtual doubling with initial che and chet. The dagesh forte is rejected, but the patak vowel does not lengthen. Okay. So that's that. Just wanted to bring to you what a definite article is and what a conjunction vav is. Okay. Until the next video, I will bid you Shil Yisrael, Yam, May Barak. May Israel have a blessed or increased day. Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. Shalom.
Sing unto Yahweh a new song. Sing unto Yahweh, let all the earth call. Bless his name and show forth his salvation from day to day. Declare his glory amongst the heathens and wonder amongst the people. Every morning and evening I give him praise. The false gods are vain by the Most High. The skies was made, nothing new under the sun. Yeah, these times don't change. I guide my steps, direct and devise my ways. Honor and majesty my Yah retain. Beauty is in the sanctuary amongst the saints. Give Yah glory and strength. Search far and wide across the 7 seas for a sign but never seen a God alive like Yah, my Elohim.